Welcome back to Roar News. Today we'll be looking at some school interviews done by AFNorth's own students. Up first is an informational bit on balancing schoolwork and a sports life, looking upon two different students' academic and athletic schedules. So let's turn it over to Tori.
At AFNorth, the majority of the students are involved in sports, which can impact their schoolwork. While talking with a few students, I tried to piece together whether their grade or sport had anything to do with how they managed with playing sports and their schoolwork.
I play basketball and I'm in 11th grade.
I play football and wrestling, and I'm in grade 11.
Let's take a look at their opinions and how sports have impacted their school life.
I get home very late, so trying to find time to eat, take a shower, and then start my homework. I only have like 3 hours to do it until I end up not getting reasonable sleep.
Sometimes, most of the time, no.
Seeing these two different views, I wanted to understand why their opinions were so different.
Because when I have on certain days I don't get that much work, so I can finish it within the 3 hours. When I have a lot of work, especially from language arts classes, it gets harder. So
1 week I'm doing nothing. The other week, all my tests are just decide to happen in one moment. I can't be asked.
With coursework being the main problem on playing sports with school, I asked if it was because of their time management or something completely different.
No, because after sports I get really tired. It's harder to do work when you're fatigued and you're already you had a long day.
I know my capabilities and I know when I have to start, and so then I just base everything off that. I know myself and I know what I can do in the time, so I give myself just the amount of time that I need.
Since both students are in 11th grade, maybe it was because the work got harder as your grade increased, or it depended on the type of classes they took.
Yes, I'm taking a lot more AP classes than I used to, so obviously the workload comes with that, so it's harder.
Next year's gonna be my hard year. This year was kind of my easier year.
Hearing the perspectives from both students doing different sports, it seems like the two main factors that make playing sports and keeping up with school are the courses that you take and your time management once you get home. This is Tori reporting out from AFNorth News.
Thank you, Tori, for giving other students perspective on how sports and school work in harmony. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Now introducing the ElectroStep, the stylish shoe that lets you charge your devices. The more steps you take, the more energy you have. It can charge your phone. It can charge other devices too, like your computer. ElectroStep, now sold for $100,000.99. Shoes sold separately, free shipping included.
Warning, shoes can potentially combust when exposed to water, which may cause severe burns, electrocution, and possibly death.
Get your shoe today.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Max. Good to see you're doing some activity. Shekinah and Kaden must have inspired you. But it's good that you're here since you're up next. Max shares the hidden treasures of old tech found around the school. You won't believe how much you can find as long as you know where to look. Enough from me. Take it away, Max.
Although schools are thought to be boring and a place of only learning, there are many little treasures to be found, if you just go looking. Here at AFNorth, it is no exception. People will place items that they're using away in storage and forget about them. Then years later, we come in, clean out everything, and rediscover the items that have been forgotten. Now just looking for these things is pretty easy, but being fascinated by them, that's something you have to do yourself. Our school has been open for over 50 years, so expecting some cool finds isn't that hard to expect. Now, as to why you might only find certain items, I went to computer manager of AFNorth, Mr. Wilson, for help.
As technology progresses here at AFNorth, we do tend to move forward. AFNorth's pretty good at buying and gathering new technology, which is a great thing that we have that ability to do so. But of course, some technology becomes a little bit older and more outdated, like some of the old cameras that we have hanging around the school. Those, of course, then get stashed away sometimes in different places. But recently, we've been doing a really good job, or a better job, I hope, of clearing out some of those old technologies and making sure we have room for all the new things that we want you to use. Whether it's for near science equipment in the science labs, or whether it's just regular old computers that we want to have, and getting rid of all the old Chromebooks that we had in previous years. So there we are, new technology for AFNorth.
Those are only a few of the reasons he had to give. Not only that, Afterwards, I went cleaning out the school and found some pretty cool old electronics. Some included old circuit boards to teach students how to work with computers and wiring, an old AMD 386 CPU, and a lot of floppy disks. Most of these were in perfect condition, which isn't surprising once you remember that they were all locked up in different cabinets for years. Just going through all these different things is an experience of its own, and I suggest that if you ever get the chance, you try it out for yourself. Now go off and discover the treasures of AFNorth. I'm Max Berlin, signing off for now.
Thanks for sharing all those bountiful little quests for the old gold of AFNorth, Max. And after being inside hunting for old tech, it's good to know that you spent some time outside. But it may be a good time to take a nice little reading break after looking at all those screens. And what better place than the library? The library got some new installations to make readers more comfortable and enjoyable for students. Here's the last bit with some more details.
As some of you might have heard, the library has recently undergone some changes. After not being renovated for many decades, the library received a new, updated look. Over the break, a fresh coat of gray paint was applied to the walls and new lighting was installed, making the space a lot more cohesive and bright. In addition to this, it is also expected that soon new student artwork will be featured in the library. I spoke with the high school librarian on how she believes students will respond to the new changes.
I think students will look forward to coming to the library as they always have, but I think with the new paint in the space, the new lights that make it a brighter, more inviting area, and the way that we've already redesigned some more casual seating in the library this year, makes it a space that students want to come and hang out, read, talk, study, and that's the goal, is we want all students to feel welcome.
It's important to remember that there are also a plethora of resources that the library provides not only in the actual space, but online as well.
We have over 2,000 or more digital titles, so we have ebooks and audiobooks available through Destiny Discover.
Miss Miano has also been sending some Friday flyers which have promoted a few of the numerous ebooks the library has to offer. On top of this, the program Destiny Discover gives students access to multiple online databases for all their researching needs. The library and its resources have so much to offer and are definitely something worth looking into if you haven't already. From AFNorth International School, this is Alani reporting for Roar News.
So, some new library renovations to encourage working and reading. Since that was our final bit, it's time to say goodbye. That's all for today, folks. Tune in next time for more Roar News.